Hey everybody, welcome to your Gemini horoscope for the week of July 23rd through the 29th. You guys are blessed with no planets in Gemini right now, which is not a bad thing because there is a whole lot of stuffs going on there. So it's nice for you guys to just, not be a part of that this time. If that makes sense. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. We do continue to have Vespa though in your sign, really influencing. Its influence is right on the cusp of long-term goals and finances. So we're looking at our long-term financial goals, and Vespa really is about security. It's that maternal feeling of security. I know not all of us have been able to experience that, which is unfortunate, but to have that very creative, very feminine sort of influence in our lives that promotes that security in a way. Now, this is really actually important for Gemini, and yet something that Geminis wouldn't normally associate with Geminis, but just because they don't show that part of themselves a lot, most Geminis don't, not that they never do, but most of the Geminis that I know don't show that side of themselves. There is a couple of exceptions, though. I feel like this is not about what you're providing to others. This is about what you are providing to you and what you're planning on providing for you, if that makes sense. So I feel like your long-term financial goals really are, this is so weird how I want to word this, but this is how it's coming to me. Your financial goals really this time are about your security, not about the party that you're going to have, not about, all the things, that you're going to achieve in your life. But these goals right now are about promoting just a little bit of financial security. I think that honestly, as we grow up, as we live life, as we do all these wonderful things, we get a little bit older, maybe we start to see the importance of financial security, just how important that really is. And of course, there's going to come a time in our lives where it's not important at all. Like it becomes like everything else and nothing. But while we're here, okay, it is very important because it really does affect your mental and emotional health as well as your physical health. When you don't have that nest egg sitting there or that sort of financial security there, if that makes sense. So I feel like this is really a big thing in terms of your financial goals. Financial goals, period, are also a big topic for you guys right now, or a big thing to focus on right now. I feel like this is one of those moments that's coming up in your guys' lives where you're just like, okay, I really have to sit down and be serious about this. I have to act like an adult about this. It's not, again, I don't know a Gemini who does this. And I'm not saying that I haven't met a Gemini who's good with their money. I'm just saying that usually the long term is not what they're thinking about. And I just feel like circumstances are coming up this week that sort of forces you to think about the long term, because it is something that eventually is going to happen. And when you're not prepared for it, it makes things a lot more difficult, if that makes sense. So that's one thing that I see for you guys coming up. The other thing is, I feel like one of the things that's triggering this, let's talk about our financial goals here for a minute, is the fact that some money is coming in, which is a good thing, or at least the knowledge that money is coming in. So knowing that this is coming in or has come in is a perfect time to really sit down and just make sure that you're responsible with it. That's the word I'm looking for. Responsible with it. Of course, take a little bit of money and be irresponsible. I'm all for that. We got to do that from time to time. But ensuring that you're as responsible as you can means that that money can work for you later on as well. So it's all about money for you guys, really. And it's all about your plans around that money. I have to say too, um One of the biggest things about Geminis is that they really do tend to pull away from the norm of how things are normally done, and that's okay. You don't have to do things the way things are normally done. Check out all your options. Find something that works a little bit better for you. There are so many more options now than there ever have been before. So don't just make that decision based on what used to be available. Look into what is available to make sure that you're making the best educated choice for you guys, if that makes sense. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes and want to share some of that money, do send me a coffee. Click the link in the description and send me a coffee. I would really appreciate it. You guys do a good job. Make me proud, and I will see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.